Sisters, a tale of five traditional ladies, powered by Third Bell Studio. So, our special podcast episode name is Ties and Tales, August edition, where we'll be discussing the sense of friendship and siblinghood that brings us closer together. We are thrilled to have our amazing guest speaker, Aquarius Girl, joining us for this episode. So stay tuned to learn more about our experience and insights on friendship and siblinghood. So, as you guys all know that Rakhi is the most celebrated festival in India, which is symbolized as the unbreakable bond between cousins and siblings. So, this podcast will be really interactive where three of us will deep dive into the emotions and experience that come with forming strong bonds with others. We will share our personal stories, discuss the importance of friendship, and explore ways that strengthen our relationship with our friends and siblings. So here I am with my partner, Taurus Girl, and our guest speaker, Aquarius Girl.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our special podcast. So, finally, you will get to hear someone other than the both of us. So, I hope you're excited for that. So, we are like really excited because in some of the other way, we all are like friends, and then sometimes, you know, that unexpected ties that we build. So, we'll be speaking about friendships, about brotherhood, like about you know Raksha Bandhan. Like tomorrow is Raksha Bandhan, and I'm like so excited. On the 9th is the Raksha Bandhan, and you'll be hearing the podcast on the 10th. So yes, and we're like super super excited to have Aquarius Girl with us. Like she's this very interesting person, and like just like a yapper like us, and we just love that. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna love that too. So yes, over to you, Aquarius Girl.
Hello, everybody. First of all, thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful introduction. And I'm so grateful to be over here with you, both of you. I've been following your podcast for a very long time. And yes, I do agree that we have a very auspicious day tomorrow, which is Raksha Bandhan, and we also have Siblings Day. Well, talking about the actual cause of love, affection. Well, not the cause exactly, but that one pinnacle moment, right? One particular root which sprouts out and becomes an entire tree or an entire plant. That is friendship too. Thank you for that introduction, both of you. Thank you for that. And please let me know what the questions are. If the questions are thrown upon me, and I'll be answering them in a very detailed manner as much as I could.
So, you guys should remember the day you met your first best friend in school. For many of us, that person becomes more than just a friend, more like a family, to be honest. Like they are your partner in crime, the source of comfort and security. It was around 2011 when I started with my schooling, and back then I met this one amazing girl who became an integral part of my life from the very beginning of my school days. Like, she was my universe, my safe space, and my go to person for everything. So, as we grow older, when we are done with our competitive exams, there was a time during the phase of preparation where we were really drifted apart, and yeah, we changed our schools, and that was another reason that we lost our touch some or the other way. We got busy with our own life, and the distance between us went really far. And I want to say that despite of all these things, the physical distance and the passing time, the sense of the friendship remained unchanged. Whenever we reconnected, it was like no time has passed at all, and the conversation flow effortlessly, and the bond remains strong as it was like from the beginning of our friendship. It feels like coming home to a place where you feel safe, loved, and accepted for who you are. I mean, there is something special about reconnecting with your first best friend after a very long time. It's like discovering a childhood part of yourself that you have thought that you have lost it during the process of growing. So, yeah, these memories come flooded back, and the tears and the laughter flows freely whenever you meet them. So, I always wanted to know about that. How do others feel about their first best friend? So, I wanted to ask Aquarius Girl that what was your experience with your first best friend in school, as in a family friend, or any other way?
Right. Well, I would like to say that as a child grows up, he or she looks up to many people around him or her in the journey. And as a kid back then, I used to be looking up towards many people, be it my peers, be it my guardians, be it my parents, be it anybody else, so and so. Because one reason I was just newly exposed to the world like any other kid, and that just draws back to the time when I used to consider a friend, or rather my benchmate, as my best friend. But unfortunately, that particular bond outgrew over time. But yes, that doesn't make me not believe in friendship or completely forget the concept of friendship, which is so beautiful and divine. I met my best friend, or rather my first best friend, at the year of 2012, and it was a van conversation. I remember very clearly. So I can say, yes, she was my schoolmate. Well, the van used to travel, so did we. We laughed, we joked, we were really in sync with each other. We had the vibes, which back then we didn't know this word existed, but yes. Haha. So I remember staying with her, and at the age of 10, when she was also 10, well, her name is Mira, by the way, and she's a year younger to me academically, but actually she is on par with my on the basis of age. And yes, we were together, and we are still together, touch wood. That's because the distances have no particular value or impact on our friendship. She greets me every single year on my birthday with such a huge paragraph, with an expressive tone, with the right set of emotions hit at the chord. Because she knows me really well. I remember the day when I had to leave my birthplace, Faridabad, and move on to the next phase of my life, which is coming to Chennai. During that time, it was really hard. I cried, of course, like any other person would. And yes, the day before that, we danced hard. To be very honest, we danced at the song called Anaconda from Nicki Minaj. That's something crazy because I was not exposed to English music at all, but she was into that. And yes, I was not exposed to that kind of music. And yes, she made me keep the phone down, not look at the visuals, and just dance, which is nice, which is crazy, which is what is expected from a best friend, right? Well, she's not a moral policer, but still, she is my best friend. That's the reason she is my best friend. And like Libra girl rightly pointed out, the physical distance doesn't mean that there is a distance in the mental space as well. Yeah. She said some beautiful lines about me. By the way, she said that same thing exactly, which Libra rightly pointed out, that is the physical distance, right? We keep talking during phone calls every year, and we make sure that we are not consistent. Yes, we make sure we're not consistent because we know that if we are consistent, then that's just a obligation or a burden. We have to be consistent. Yes, we try to be, but we don't force that upon ourselves. We just leave the space as it is, and we understand that we all have work in our own space. And yes, one bitter memory I could vaguely remember is me calling her and she cutting the call all of a sudden. And that was the first call which she declined of mine. That really hurt me. But that didn't let me not call her again. And I called her again out of anxiety. Then she just picked up the call and she shouted at me, saying that she had to work and I disturbed her a lot, which is very genuine. So what I did next was nothing because I understood the situation. And Yes, there is some debates over online as well regarding this. I guess one of the Bollywood actors, she calling her boyfriend multiple times and he not responding, not being on social media, not being on any online space at that moment when she calls. Well, there is something set aside, but other than that, I think this debate will continue. But it depends upon the mutual connection between those two people, how deep the connection is, how deep the understanding is, and how you respect the other person as you respect yourself.
That is just amazing. Like how we need to respect some boundaries in friendships, and yeah, I really loved the story and connected really well how you like bonded with your benchmate and stuff. So yes, it is really amazing to see that. So yeah, for me, friendship is like the first friendship. So as a child, I was very extroverted and also a people pleaser, which I'm not really proud of. So yes, I used to like be friends with everybody since say play school, go to everybody, and then in like first grade or something, I really idealized this girl because she was like really cool and stuff. And then that was the first time I realized what not, because I could make anybody my friend. And this girl, just straight away, I asked her, "Will you be my friend?" And she like straight up rejected me, and I was like, that was like the first time I experienced somebody not being my friend. But okay. But then, other than that, in school only, I have had like many great friends. So, one is like Samiksha, she's been my best friend in like school. Now, of course, we have like a lot of commitments, but we still like make sure that we know about each other, what is going on in our lives, or we at least meet once, so that we don't really lose that bond. And yeah, that friendship was like so unexpected. She was the tall girl in fourth grade, and I have always been short, but okay, that's not the point. So we were standing in line for our bus, and I was like, randomly, she had just joined school. We have always been in different classes. Like, she was the A division girl, I was always the E division girl. So, yeah, it's always been like this, but still, we were like best friends. So, we used to always travel in bus. I used to always save her a seat. It was like really fun. And then in college, there was like different kinds of friendships. And now in college, I have like this really great friend who's like really made me understand what female friendships should look like, and how me being a people pleaser is like, she's taught me not to be a people pleaser, like still in progress. But yeah, so yes, that was about my friendships.